What up, what up, what up? It's your guy,
DJ Rock.
back with another episode of the Everyday DJ Podcast. Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. The center of the universe. The beautiful Baltimore City. How y'all feeling tonight? We live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We're gonna be on SoundCloud and Spotify. We can be in your mama house, your daddy house. We can be on rotation. All right, today we taking the gloves off, man. We taking the gloves off. We having some real conversation about the DJ business. Some real conversation about just surviving in this current economic situation. And so without further ado, I'm gonna bring on my panel. Y'all ready? Let's go. What up, fellas? What up, fellas?
What's happening?
What up?
How y'all feeling tonight, man?
How you been? Everybody's good?
Man, we good. We good.
Great.
Man.
All right, so by show of hands, who got Comcast for internet service?
Hey.
Man, Comcast, I got this random text message. You've exceeded your data limit. You've used 1.2 terabytes of data.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, what? What you talking about? I've been having unlimited internet for like forever. And so I called them. They was like, yo, yeah, we changed it. As of December such and such, you know, you only get 1.2. Anything else is like $10 for every 100 gig you go over.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yo, I said, y'all gonna be in my pockets like a mug. We gotta work something out here. I'm like, come on. Data is what I do. My name is Jimmy Data Reed.
Right.
Come on. And so I called them. They was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to give you 5 months free. And then if you pay an extra $11 a month, you can have unlimited data again. So basically, y'all just in the middle of a pandemic, y'all price gouging. Y'all just going to jack the price up.
That's what it is.
Because everybody's home.
It's not even right, though, man. So as soon as Verizon finished laying the fiber around Baltimore City, we definitely going to be making some phone calls and see what they're pricing. And really, it's not even about the money. It's the principle. Right. You know, the way I see it is like, you know, it's a pandemic going on. You know, people can't pay their bills. People need every single dollar they can get. People not DJing right now. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Real quick, before we get into the conversation, I'm going to shout out the the comment box. Shout out to the Silvers. Appreciate you, fam. Thanks for tuning in. My homie DJ Allaire. Shout out to Raymond. Shout out to my queen, the beautiful DJ B Love up in this thing. Shout out to my homie Jason. All right, so, man, so what's going on, fellas?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just chilling. Trying to stay safe during this pandemic, man.
So how many of y'all ran out and got that rain one?
Oh man. Dope piece of equipment. Best thing on the market. I ain't got one, but I got the rain system, so I know what it is.
He said the best one on the market.
Don't worry, man. They'll have the rain 2 out in 6 months, probably.
Probably
rain
sooner
4.
than that.
Yep, rain 4 coming.
Price can be $21.99.
In fact, when the next NAM is. Look.
Next year.
Yeah, they coming with a full channel, believe that. But it don't make sense.
So I just think is I'm not buying nothing. I don't care what they release. I'm not buying a damn thing. I can't even do it, man.
Stop lying. Exactly.
We got my homie Melamain Inc. in the building. What's up, fam? Checking in from YouTube. All right, so right now, with the current state of everything, all of us are, and most of us are in different cities and states and stuff. So, Gerald, in your part of the country, how y'all faring there, as far as gigs and closures and stuff like that?
I'll start off. I'm in New York.
It feel like it's just wide open right now. I mean, I've just performed at a wedding last weekend, and we did a bridal show on the same day. So actually, I performed a wedding. I had a DJ at a bridal show. They were pretty strict with that. And as far as the upcoming bridal show in Austin, no, not Austin, San Marcos, they're limiting us for sure with only 2 persons per booth. They're gonna, check everybody's temperature before they go in there and all that stuff. But other than that, man, people are still having events here. Now, the larger events like concerts, that's not happening. But private events at venues, those are still a go right now.
What capacity y'all at? Y'all got limits, 75, 100?
From what I've been seeing, it looks like 25%. Like I've been performing in some very large venues that really wasn't that full. And when I got to talking to some of the customers that I'm performing for, they're pretty much like, well, we have limitations on how many people can, be allowed in the venue. So even though those venues were like, 200, 300 people capacity, I've seen like, a quarter of that on average. They just like the big venue, I guess.
Look, they put their deposit down. They couldn't get a refund. And so it was like, we're going to make it do what it do.
Hey, let's get it.
Tony Rome, you up in New York. How y'all looking?
We're still at orange levels, creeping into red. We're shut down. No indoor dining, no gigs. North from here in North Westchester and Hudson Valley, they do have some venues that are open, some indoor dining, but those are areas where there are more cows than people. So there are people who are actually just trying to get to those areas so they can party, so they can go to restaurants. Jersey is having some openings as far as indoor dining. So wherever there's indoor dining, there's limited gigs. But here in New York City, we shut down tight.
Wow. DJ, be quiet.
What up?
What's going on with y'all over there? And do shows to get Moneyville.
I think we ain't really had no shutdowns, like major shutdowns. They limited people to between 250. I think it's up to 250 now. The last event that I did was a fashion show, and they had upwards of 250 here in October. But right now we just locked down. We on a, I guess it's a. I think it's a good thing that Biden went ahead and enacted the mask mandate. So I think that's a great thing because the numbers prove positive in other countries. So I'm happy about that. So that any of these Karens and these man Karens put out a tripping, and we can actually see some effective risk management with these masks.
Yeah, we definitely need that. Put on your darn mask, man. Put on your darn mask. Rudy, you in Northern Virginia, right?
Yes, sir.
What VA up to?
Shoot. Last time I heard, man, I think they still had a limit of like 75 or 100 or something like that, people. But I'm not sure because I'm not going nowhere. I had me a photography event in December, but that got canceled. And I wasn't going to go anyway, man. Not with all this stuff going on. I'm not taking no chances. I love life.
You said can't even play with it.
Hell no. Heck no. Not taking no chances, man. But yeah.
Joe Storm, you right here in Baltimore with me. What
Right.
type? What type of gigs and stuff you been doing with our new shutdowns and stuff?
A lot of Zoom events, a lot of virtual stuff. That's all really I've been getting. I did a couple things probably in the midst of the whole COVID thing, but that was like in the very beginning when we had people doing drive-bys for like high school graduations and things of that nature. Where I was out in the field. It wasn't even around me. Other than that, everything been Zoom, virtual.
Shout out to Zoom, man. Who would ever thought that 5 years ago when we started having these Zoom meetings and stuff that Zoom would be that the new wave, the new normal. Cool DJ Dre, what are they doing in DC outside of locking down the Capitol?
man, everything down here is pretty much the same. We at a 25% capacity, which is nothing. No more indoor dining. First we had indoor dining and outdoor dining. So now it's no more indoor dining. It's outdoor dining now. I see a lot of restaurants, putting the outside closures and all that stuff. But as far as events and clubs, well, all the clubs is shut down permanently. Some of the major clubs down here that just couldn't do it for month to month, paying money, and they not, generate no money. So they closed down permanently, man, and of course, there's no large events going on anyway. So yeah, we pretty much still the same, but we at 25%.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And we got a question for you, Dre. Somebody want to know what's the volume meter. What volume meter is that in the amp rack behind you?
Oh, that's American Audio. American Audio.
Cool. My homie Derek says that's amazing. ATL is pretty much wide open. I don't think ATL actually ever shut down, did they?
No.
Nope.
They didn't. ATL.
And their numbers are steadily going up too.
Yep.
And Raymond says Detroit is open up and a little with indoor dining. Jeez. I know that I can't wait to get back to doing stuff. Every January we do a huge line dance convention, and it would have been this weekend that just passed by, but due to COVID, you can't have 900 or 1,000 people indoor line. line dancing, so that didn't happen. And so we got like probably 9 regular gigs with capacity like that. That's not happening in 2021 so far. So we keeping it moving though. Definitely keeping it moving. Now, as far as services and stuff like that, what is going to be your approach to providing service in this, we're going to say, continuation of the pandemic? What's going to be your approach, or what mindset are you taking as we move forward? We'll start with Gerald.
Well, for me, I'm just kind of moving forward, definitely with precaution forward as normal, man. Back when the shutdown happened, I just basically stepped up my marketing. So that was my main focus for several months. And as you saw before we even started the Zoom, I still kind of had a little virtual background going because it was for an interview that I had with a customer. And I basically, built a quick logo, turned it into a video, and it's just on repeat in the background. So when I hide my camera, that's just marketing though, man. It's all subconscious marketing. So if I had to tell DJs during this time, if they are shut down, to do one thing, that would be it for sure, for your brand's sake. And you got plenty of time to do it now.
All right. DJ, be quiet. What's going to be your mindset or your approach moving forward in this continuation of the Pandemic Volume 2 mixtape?
It's time to do some internal skill building. Time to be able to reflect on some of my sharpening my skills in my marketing, to be able to find out what other areas besides what's the hot thing, doing DJ parties. I'm quite sure people are going to get burned out by the summer. So I'm trying to diversify and find other avenues to make myself relevant.
All right. And the next thing you're going to do is buy a new mic, right? I'm going to get you every time until you get one. It ain't doing you no good in the box. It need to be hooked up.
In the box.
It need to be hooked up. Walk.
Y'all, hold on, man.
Walk.
I got it. It's in the box.
All right. Cool, DJ Dre. As it relates to this moving forward, what's your thoughts? Any advice you got for the good folks tuned in?
Oh yeah, of course, man. I think, man, while we was shut down for a few months, man, this is a good time to reevaluate yourself and try to strategize what you want to do, right? Because now you got a lot of DJs now start coming out the gate. I was looking at one of Jazzy Jeff's videos the other day, and he was saying this is a good time, for everybody to try to tighten up their skills and different things, because there's other DJs out here is waiting in a spot and waiting to get your spot. But you got to flip it, and you got to think outside the box and try to do some extra stuff, man. Do something different from everybody else, you know what I'm saying, and move forward with it, because right now everybody is, they're not really thinking, you know what I mean? And I think this is the time, to really put your mind into it and just and try to figure out what's the next niche or something that you want to bring to your brand.
I agree with you. Rudy.
Yeah, he took my words. That's what I was gonna say. That niche, that's the thing, figure out. Because like right now, we don't know how long this is going to go on, how long we're going to be shut down for and stuff like that, So the best thing to do is figure out, another avenue of making money, or, using your skills some other way, finding that little niche and just building on it, because you never know. You might find that one thing, like, you're when they were out DJing, making, maybe few $1,000s a month or whatever, DJing, find that niche, man, that niche might turn around and be something that's going, 10, 15, $20,000 a month.
Right.
And you don't know. It's just going out there and just looking and trying to figure out something to do that's different, that's going to catch people's eyes and, say, hey, you know what? This is it right here, and that's all it takes. I mean, that's how a lot of businesses get started, or blow up. They just have that little niche that's that people want or that's not being offered that people are like, oh, I got to have it, And so that's it, just find that niche.
We got to be creative, like the folks over at Clubhouse. They took something old. They took something old and made it new, and they just got a $1 billion investment in the platform.
Yep. Wow.
Can you imagine creating an app that's not even 9 months old yet and get $1 billion of investment capital? It's crazy.
Nice.
It's crazy.
You got jokers selling invites.
Yeah.
Say what?
Yeah, man. Selling invites.
Yeah. I don't even know what the hell to do on Clubhouse, man. I mean, I got the damn thing and I'm like, hell, look, this is just another social media platform that I don't know what the hell to do with it.
It's funny because I've been on Clubhouse for like 3 months now. Our oldest son said, Pops, you got to get on Clubhouse. And he sent me the invite. And I'm hopping up there and people just talking. There's no pictures, there's no text, there's no video. I said, this feels like internet in 1995.
Well, that's PBS or something.
That's the beauty of simplicity. That's what makes it so special. Like you said, you're taking an old thing and making it new. I was telling somebody this yesterday. If you look at the fact of what the world is today as far as technology, everything is fast. Everybody wants to see a video or do a text. Up until Clubhouse, a lot of people would just send texts or do like DMs or, it would be a message situation. It was never a communication. So to me, it's like Clubhouse and things like that are bringing back human things that we need to do as human beings.
Is that,
and, even though there's no video or anything like that, it just makes sense. It's simple, simplicity.
just like the other night, I hopped in your room and you were spinning the R&B music. You had the fellas in there. You had the ladies in there. I'm like, all right, was a good look, Definitely something you can do hands off.
Right.
Excuse me. You could just put on your Bluetooth headphones and go cook dinner and still participate in the conversation without having to worry about,
Right.
looking some type of way.
Right.
Real quick, you tuned into the Everyday DJ podcast. I'm your host, DJ J Rock.
DJ J Rock.
Yeah, so I was like, I heard about that today. They got $1 billion. And so what brought it to my attention was Master P's response to getting that, them getting that $1 billion. He was saying something to the effect of, if he had created it or another person that looked like him, he feel as though they might not have gotten the participation from the other celebrities that Clubhouse is getting. And so I was like, I see it from that perspective too. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, if you don't create these platforms, if you don't try stuff, then you don't know if it'll work or not.
Right.
And look at the what's the app? The Club. I think it's kind of funny that the Club app came out first, and then we got the Clubhouse. And it's like, but the Club app is for DJs, the live stream and stuff like that. Right. And they've been doing pretty good as well. And so, how many of you guys have tested the Club app?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't tested it, but I know about it. Just like the same as as another app called the B app.
The B app?
Yeah, the B app. That's Jazzy Jeffs and a couple of other DJs. The B app is really nice.
I gotta check that one. I hadn't heard of that one yet.
Yeah, the B app.
All right, cool. Gotta check that one out. Now, as it relates to just technology in general, and music, what's your take on building your sets moving forward? Are you guys open format DJs? Are you catering to a niche market, or and not all of us are actually DJing right now, so I do know that. So show of hands for the folks who's taking gigs right now, because I'm not taking real world gigs. So we'll start with Gerald.
I'm kind of open format, but I do have customers that specifically want what they want, and that's mostly into the wedding industry. But every now and then I do run across hey, the gloves are off, do you? And so I just get it in, you know, and that's just me, man. And I'm really unorthodox with my mixing style, because whatever goes right in my head, I'll play it. So I could go from a church song to a dubstep to a country to whatever, you know. I could just, but that's just my style, you know. I'm not stuck in like a, you know, follow after this pattern, you know.
I'm only gonna play 1990s country music that came out in the fall.
That's why I be with them Albanians and them Romanians, man, and you know, the multicultural weddings. I don't know what nobody's saying, but I just know Bollywood is hot.
Right. Oh, yeah, that Bollywood.
It sure is.
That Bollywood, yeah.
Yes.
I think Jay turned me on to the Bollywood.
We did a Bollywood Sweet 16 a few years back, and I was like, B-Love, you sure you want to take this? B-Love was like, look at my face. B-Love was like, yeah, I got you. Man, she built a Bollywood crate. Oh my goodness. We tore that thing down. And it's funny because since we did that, DJs, we did a vlog for it as well. And so DJs been hitting us up. Hey, I need some pointers. I'm doing a Bollywood joint. Can I get that folder? And I tell them quick, B-Love paid for this music. You got to ask her.
Right.
I ain't giving away B-Love music she paid for. And if I had to pay for, you know, depending on if you looked out for the community or not, you know, I'll hook you up. Joe Storms, so what's been your vibe with selecting music and how you plan to approach it moving forward?
Far as my vibe of playing music, I would say I'm pretty much. I would say I'm almost open format. You know, music I really don't play like that. Might be the trap, but I can. Far as just moving forward, I mean, I'm mainly just building my crates for like my old school crowds, because a lot of my people are like 35, 40 and over, 50 and over. That's been my thing for like years. I very rarely get like a young type of situation. But as far as, you know, building and moving forward, just working on my craft, trying to, you know, get my business more in order, get my focus in order, getting, you know, working on my spirit, getting that in touch. You know, that's pretty much it, man. Just getting my focus on this virtual thing, and then, you know, get myself ready so when the door opens back up and people say, you know, I need you to come out and do what you do and it's safe, and, you know, I'm better than, I'll say it like this: I am better than when I went in. I'm coming out a better person.
I feel you on that. And that's what I've been doing as well, is a lot of practicing and just really just trying to stay sharp. Just trying to stay sharp. Now, I wasn't going to be quiet, but he just got up. Well, here he goes. So be quiet. What's your approach to selecting music and just approaching gigs moving forward?
I was trying to go. I would go with Red Gerald. I'm trying to. I just want to be able to cross platforms, cross genres, and to be able to keep it funky and stay on the fly, and try to keep some kind of rhythm or some kind of tempo in the music that is it's appealing to everybody. So.
All right. Now, for those of you tuned in at home, in the comments below, let us know what's your specialty. What genre of music that you prefer to spin, what genre you enjoy, or also tell me what genre of music you hate spinning.
That's what's up.
Now, as far as just approaching business and everything, my goal is to, 1, survive this pandemic, 2, just be ready for when outside opens. And so just staying sharp on the technology, practicing the mixing, and just really, just trying to stay sharp and working on the marketing. I'm about to launch a marketing campaign. I'm thinking within the next 60 days, depending on what this COVID and the vaccine and how all that stuff works out, I want to try to time it so as the numbers start to come down, I want to be ramping my marketing up inversely proportional. So that's what I'm looking at. Now, DJ Beloved says, man, I got a project that is asking me to spin trap and old school. I'm not a fan of trap music, so I've been studying and learning. I would say if it's a genre of music that you don't necessarily care for, it is more like work to play it, especially if you got to play it all night long.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
But
I'm learning that now. So with me, since there are no more live gigs here in New York, and it's not going to be for a while, I talked about this before. There is a personal trainer that came up with a soul Zumba class. When we did open up in the summer, they took a lot in a park here in New York, and they were teaching these soul Zumba classes. But when we closed back down again, she had an idea. She works for a large company that has corporate MS teams. So what she came up with was community center in a box. So one room will have a soul Zumba class. Then you can move to another room where there'll be just a whole bunch of people line dancing in little boxes. And then another room will be a chill out place where you could hear like dinner contemporary jazz, and another room will be a forum, or another room will be a special guest. So there was like, I think it's up to about 11 rooms now. There's different things going on in the rooms. And she's actually testing it with people who work for the company who have a lot of downtime during their 12-hour shifts. So they're participating in these rooms that the company is paying for the MS teams. And that seems to be a really good venue. And what they have me doing is that for these different venues, when they needed music, I comprise a playlist, I type in the music, and they're paying me a nice little sum for it. It's not gig money, but for what I do just sitting at my desk for a few ticks, it's actually making a nice size. I would say it's about maybe 40 to 50% about what I was making before. So all those things about thinking about outside the box of what we do. Like, I think all of us DJs, I think we're all that type of person that we will just practice to just upgrade and keep our skills. But then you got to understand that in the new type of venues now, it's not so much of the skills, it's just more of the entertainment. Because, when you play these gigs, a lot of customers don't really care about what kind of tricks that you do behind the turntable or the controller. They just want the music to be jumping. So I think it's one of those things that you have to actually go with the flow, come up with. Like, I'm an open format DJ, but right now I'm piping in house EDM, old school R&B, contemporary jazz, like dinner music, like he would play while people were eating at a reception. So I'm doing those type of things because that's what the customers asking for. It's coming out profitable, so it's like a learning curve for me. So that's basically what I want to do.
That's
I
what's
want to
up.
get into more of that. I want to get into more of people who want to actually use apps like MS Teams or WebEx, where you have multiple rooms, where you have different things happening in entertainment.
Being able to break out. Yeah, just being able to break out into the different rooms.
Yep. And it's an easy flow. You get an invitation. They tell you what rooms are available. They give you a calendar. They do everything for these employees just to keep their spirits up.
Now, check this out. My homie Dominic says his guilty pleasure is country music. I ain't gonna front, man. I like country music.
Man, I was going to say that out, man. Oh, man. I was great. Yeah,
man. He put us like, we did a bar gig in Odenton, Maryland, a bar called Odie's Pub. And we did that joker for like 6 months every Saturday.
175. I know what you're talking about.
Man, we had so much fun in that joint. We was able to go from country to Baltimore club to house music to old school.
They come in country music. It's some fuck. What's the boy's name? Stapleton with Tennessee whiskey. Come on, man.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, yeah, the Tennessee whiskey. Oh, man.
Everybody in agreement with Chris Stapleton killed that.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Murdered it. Bodied it.
Now, DJ Powerline says he hates spinning drum and bass.
Drum and bass has an acquired taste, man.
Acquired taste.
Yeah,
right.
you gotta, I don't know. You gotta snort Red Bull to play that, man.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Snort Red. He said snort Red Bull.
You gotta snort just. All right, here we go.
Listen to this. Listen to this. The views expressed by this panel does not reflect those of J-Rock, Power Gym DJ, or the Harry DJ podcast.
J-Rock solo time.
Now, DJ B Love says she grew up in the mountains of NY. She messed with a little country music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this question is more on a serious tip and is directed to the folks at home as well as the panel. So in the comment box, I want y'all to put y'all thoughts, y'all answer to this question. If you could change one thing about the DJ industry, what would that one thing be to make it better?
Wow.
To make it better.
Wow.
One thing. And so in 60 seconds or less,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna kick this off.
All right.
So we'll start with my homie Joe Storm this time.
All right, I'm just coming back in. I got knocked out. What was the question?
So the question is, in 60 seconds or less, tell us if you could change one thing about the DJ industry, what would you change?
Okay, I would damn, that's a good question. Come back around, man.
All right.
All right, cool.
I can step in this place.
All right, cool, DJ Dre.
Man, if there's one thing that I can change in you say the DJ community?
Yeah, DJ industry, DJ community.
Unity.
So increase the unity.
Increase the unity.
I would agree with that.
That's it.
Kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
All right. Who want to go next?
I will.
Tony
if I
Rome?
change one thing, yeah, it would be the ability to adapt and evolve in any circumstance. Right now, DJing is in a turmoil set where it's like right in the middle, to the point where one wrong move or one increase in COVID, we could actually just have a DJ community that would have to be unearthed from the ashes. So if it was up to me, it would be just to teach people to just adapt and evolve into something else within the entertainment industry.
All right. I like that. DJ Powerline says he would make a Bill of Rights for club DJs.
Wow.
Now that's kind of deep. DJ Powerline, I'm about to get you on one week to talk about that, to see what a Bill of Rights for DJs, how that looks from your perspective.
Especially me coming from the clubs, I'm very interested in hearing what he's got to say.
Wow.
Rudy, what's your thoughts?
The hating and the criticism. That's it, right? I mean, because there's a whole lot of it that goes around, man. You know, it's and this joker's hating on each other, hating on the technology, hating on, jokers that don't use certain aspects of the equipment and jokers that do use it, hating on the laptops they use, everything. It's just is so much hating and criticism that goes on. You got such and such, Serato is the standard, we don't use virtual DJ, or tracker, or it's too much of that, man. Instead of just saying, you know what, we all play music. That's what we do. We play music, we get the people on the floor, and that's it. All that extra stuff is just extra, man. And you just throw that in a little barrel and, just kick it to the curb.
So we could leave that in 2020, right? Leave the hating in 2021, 2020.
Shoot, left that in 2007.
Now, my homie DJ Travis Gale says the idea that all DJs are the same, he would change that. All DJs are not the same. All DJs have stuff in common, but definitely not the same.
Same.
Yep. All right, who did I miss? DJ, be quiet.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, yo, you ready, Joe?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Okay, my thought would be it would be like an additive to it. I would say a retirement situation for DJs where, like your job, like your regular job, whether you was with a company or independent, you would pay into a retirement and you would retire. Not really retire from DJing or music, but you would retire from active duty, if you chose to. And then the money that you put into it, you will be able to, it will help you. You will be able to live off of, basically, if needed.
A DJ thrift savings plan.
Right.
Yeah. Like a pension.
401k.
401k.
Already exists.
Yeah.
So, hey, Joe, maybe we can do some research on that topic. You says it exists, and we could talk about the options one week and really drop that science for our fellow DJs out there. Because
Yeah,
it's
we
like,
can do that. I could
Yeah.
drop it now in under 60 seconds, though.
all right, let's go for it.
Drop it.
Okay, well, my thing I would change is financial education for the DJs. And you already know what happened with that. Once them clubs stop and all the, events stopped, boom, everybody felt it financially and survived off what money they had till it ran out, didn't figure out what to do next. So as far as that whole retirement thing he just talked about, the same way you could set up a Roth IRA for your retirement, there's something for business called a SEP IRA or a simple IRA. And if you have, say, a legitimized business, you can put money into that as a retirement plan. So it's like the business is setting up retirement. And if you do it early enough and frequent enough, you can get more You'll be set up for retirement like 65 or whatever it is nowadays.
Oh, that's dope.
Yes, sir.
I will be talking to you about that, and that's pre-tax, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
That's what's up.
Now, I gotta go back to the YouTube comments. DJ Beloved said something that resonated with me. She said, create an applied scientific program that will have youth creating technology for DJs. Hey, Beloved, after this show, I'm gonna buy you a cup of coffee so we can talk about that. I know a guy who might be wanting to invest in that thing you just posted. His name is Jimmy Reed. So yeah, let's talk about that. I'm down for that. She says youth making turntables, controllers, software, virtual communities to create a lane for the youth to learn a science and an art. Jeez, man, that's why I married her, man. That's a new business right there. I'm not even joking either. Now, coming in from the Facebook comments, my homie Carlos J says he would keep it as is. He wouldn't make any changes. Carlos, I think you're in the Richmond area, so the DJs you network with, you might be around a good bunch of folks. So that'll be dope. You have a good experience like that. DJ Philly Phil says, educate people on what DJs do at the event.
I don't think they give two craps.
Yeah. What was that?
I was about to cuss, but I don't think they care. They just want to come in and see it ready, see it running. You know.
Yeah.
I don't. People are concerned with how much you spent on your part cancelled. If your K12's got scratches on it, as long as it plays. I don't think people, because I used to formulate my vidlogs around trying to educate my clients or my viewers or my watchers to what I had, and I pretty much was, what was crazy is that I was appealing to the people that are on this phone, on this call, on this show. I was appealing to those, and for those who are similar, but not to my clients. They don't want to see that. They want to see me. They want to see me get down. So
and I think it's clients on both sides of the spectrum, though, because some clients care.
Look,
some clients, like we had a client.
Some clients care. They do, but I don't know. And
we had a client.
I've been around a long time, but I've definitely seen where a majority of my clients have it.
Yeah, some clients care. We have a client that they was just surprised that everything was neat, everything was clean, that we had 2 mics. Somebody said Facebook muted the podcast. I wonder why they did that. It's not even no music playing, and Facebook done muted the podcast. So feel free to jump on YouTube. Facebook, I don't know. I don't think we said anything too political to make Facebook muted.
Not even no music. Let me go ahead and get my 2 cents out. So and with this situation, I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like, well, I'm about exclusion and I'm about inclusion. The reason why I'm about exclusion is because, like you have, there's so many China brands of everything else. We got China brands of DJs, and so we need a standardization, so where we can, because when someone says, "Well, I'm a DJ," you can go out and get a speaker and a mini DJ, and you can go out and tear somebody's party up and wreck it for the next person. So that is in itself, it damages us who go out here and work hard for it. So where somebody can come in and they can bring a China brand DJ, into game, and I don't know if you guys are okay with that. I'm okay with it. However, I'm confident, but I just absolutely think that there should be some sort of an inclusion and exclusion because when in terms of standardization, like, because I remember they were trying to talk about, what was it, a year ago, Jay, where they were talking about having DJs pay to be a DJ or pay for some kind of registration to be a DJ, something like that. The DJ industry was like trying to get everybody to be registered and so on and so forth. And they were like, well, and then one of the things they stepped up on was ramping up on the DJs having insurance when they go to events and venues.
Yeah.
Like, now I know that actually happened, and so I don't know if it kind of
Hey, be quiet. People saying they can't hardly hear you, so we can have to move on.
Okay.
Yeah, they saying they can't hardly hear you.
Yes. All right.
Now with back to the comments. Where we at? Yep. Philly Phil said educate people on what DJs do at events. DJ Powerline says educate other DJs on saving money on their financial purchases and making those items pay for themselves is something that he would do. It's
Always think about the what if.
yep. It's what do they call it? A rainy day fund? Because who would have ever thought that we would have a pandemic going on, and it's like it's crazy.
J-Rock, can I caveat on that thought right there, man?
Yes, sir.
Well, you already know I'm kind of heavily into finance, according to what I know and what I learned over the years. So I think that it's definitely a wake-up call right now. And I would say, for all DJs out there, I know we, take it as some of them are just hobbyists, bedroom DJs, y'all call it, I guess. And then there's ones who do it for a living. And then there's, of course, some who do it as a side hustle. Either way, though, like right now is a good time to really look at yourself financially and make some changes, right? So that's one of my things that I do in addition to sharing all my thoughts and whatever I could share success-wise with my DJ business. I also share my successes with finance because I understood I wasn't preparing for a pandemic per se. I didn't even know what that was really until it happened, but I understood recessions pretty good. So I would say, as you are making money at whatever job you're doing now or DJing, you got to have a financial plan, man. You can't just keep, being gear junkies and, and stuff. That's for people who can afford to keep buying all that stuff and doing reviews and play with it and set it up, or whatever. But for people like me, it's not that I can't afford stuff, but man, I'm still on iPhone 6, DDJ SX2. I do my job. So it's like your man said, the customers don't care about that. They care if you can do your job. So look the part, be the part, but you got to get your money right, man, as a DJ. You can't take that for granted because when this time comes, that's what happens. You get caught out there short. Now you in a real, I got to eat, I got to survive, what to do situation with your family.
And that kind of goes back to Finance 101. Regardless of what industry you're in, you want to track that ROI. You definitely want to save and invest and all that good stuff, man. So we have reached that 1 hour mark. I tell you, times fly when you're having fun.
Yes, sir.
If I can get my panel to stay on the line for a sec, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. My name is GJJ Rock of the Power Jam DJs. You've been tuned into the Everyday DJ Podcast. Live every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to keep the comments, keep the conversation going. In the link of this video, I have Facebook groups that you can join, the Everyday DJ Podcast Facebook group, as well as All About DJ Stuff group. And also, we got DJ Software and Tech Talk. We got the Open Forum. We got a couple of dope groups that y'all can participate in. So feel free. And in the meantime, like this video, share this video, and be sure to subscribe to the Power Jam DJs on YouTube. I'm your host,
DJ J Rock.
Ooh, Mr. Mel Star, aka the Most Dangerous. I'm in the building. I'm checking out my main man, the Everyday DJ Podcast, with your host, DJ J Rock.
peace.
Thank you.